Welcome to the press conference for the 11th Annual Hamilton Film Festival. This is the first time we've done a press conference, and this year we do feel that we have a lot of newsworthy stuff. One of the biggest things is that we really aim to earn the Hamilton in our title, and I'm going to talk to you about how we plan to do that this year and all of the things that we have going on. Before I do start, I want to make sure that I acknowledge the Staircase Theatre. Without the Staircase Theatre, the Hamilton Film Festival would not be possible. Before, 15 years ago, they set up a projector and a screen in their theater, and they started little film screenings, and I got involved, and I started selling tickets and working the booth, and then eventually I started to program films, and then it worked up, and now here I am kind of running the festival. This little tiny thing that happened at the Staircase Theatre has turned into something that's impacting the local film industry, so I do want to acknowledge the support of the Staircase Theatre. Okay, so we do aim to earn the Hamilton in our title. So an event like what we're doing has not really happened in Hamilton before. You can make a movie here and screen movies here, but there's never been a way to sell a movie. So as part of the Hamilton Film Festival, we're bringing something called the Canadian Film Market. So in the past, a lot of our titles have been looked at by distributors that want to acquire stuff that they see here. They see us as a festival that has hidden gems. There's films that don't get played in some of the bigger festivals, but they easily make their way to our festival because we can show about 150 movies through the week, so we do have a lot of opportunities for filmmakers. And distributors have taken note of that. So to properly facilitate that, we decided to just set up our own film market. And why not call it the Canadian Film Market? There isn't one, so we decided to make one. So this year, during the Hamilton Film Festival, there's the Canadian Film Market. It will run for 4 days at the Sheraton Hamilton Hotel. And through those 4 days, distributors will be coming in from Canada, US, and internationally to look for films to buy. And part of those films could be films that are screening at the festival, but also films that are submitting just for the market component. So that will be an opportunity that filmmakers haven't had before here in the city of Hamilton. And through the Canadian Film Market, we're also going to have a lot of panel discussions and some special events that are going to be planned throughout the day for people that want an industry development pass. They can learn about VR, distribution, music licensing for film and television, and we have a very special fireside chat where we have 2 Academy Award winners that are going to be interviewing each other. We have Colin Chilvers, who was an Academy Award winner from 1978, and Colin Doncaster, who was an Academy Award winner from 2013, and they will sit down and they will basically chat with each other. They've worked on a huge amount of films, and so with decades between them, the way the industry has changed will be interesting to hear it from the point of view of 2 people that are kind of the best at what they do. So that will be a very special presentation during the Canadian Film Market. Most of the screenings during the film market will be private for industry only. So a lot of the filmmakers here will have access to those and have access to the distributors and production companies that will be coming in for that. One of the other elements of the Hamilton Film Festival is the Hamilton Film Expo. So this is our 2nd year, so we called it Hamilton Film Expo 2 Expo Harder. Every year we'll steal from a trilogy or something to kind of add to the name. So it's kind of like an expo, but we're doing it a little bit different. Rather than doing it in something like a convention center, we're going to be doing it right here in Digital Canaries. So as part of that entranceway that you came through, there will be vendors set up there. We're going to have panel discussions. We're also going to be doing scheduled film set tours. So throughout the day, people that come, general public, can have a tour and have a look at some of these sets, get their selfies in a jail cell or in the Oval Office or in an ER room or something. So that will be part of the celebration. One of the other big things that's happening at the Hamilton Film Expo is our 72-hour film challenge. So something like this is a lot bigger than a typical 24-hour film challenge in that we have 10 teams only that will be able to sign up for this. When they arrive at the expo, they will each get an envelope, and at the same time they will open their envelope, and in it will reveal which set they actually get to film on for 2 days. It will reveal a special effect they get from Max FX, so it could be something like a pyrotechnic or a shotgun, something really cool. And a special effect makeup from Carlos Henriks from the Butcher Shop. So right off the bat, these filmmakers get about $6,000 in production value for their film just by shooting it. Those films will then go and be screened at the Hamilton Film Festival and also be eligible to enter into the Canadian film market. So you might be able to make a movie on Saturday and then sell it on Thursday. So that kind of stuff has not happened before here in Hamilton. We really want to stress that we want to earn the Hamilton Art title. This is something we want to do to help build the industry here, to put a spotlight on what's happening, and to really create an excitement about what is going on in places like Digital Canaries, who really built this kind of place from the ground up, and it's working in tremendous strides. So those are some of the side events of the Hamilton Film Festival. The Hamilton Film Festival itself, we received 700 submissions from 53 countries, so we are internationally recognized now. And of those movies, we're going to screen about 150 of them. And you'll be very happy to know that 47 of those films were actually shot here in Hamilton, and over half of them were actually Hamilton filmmakers. So these are not the big Hollywood films we think about that park the trucks and then they disappear kind of thing. These are filmmakers that are living here, they're using the crew from here, they're using their own money, and this is kind of the start of their career. So we have 47 of them that we're going to be screening throughout the whole week. Now, even though most of them are independent, one of the big Hamilton shot films that we just got was a film called Milton's Secret. So we'll be showing that. That stars Donald Sutherland, and that was filmed in Hamilton. The producer is living here locally now, and he said to me, hey, why don't you show Milton's Secret? You know, you could add that to your lineup. I think it'd be great. We used all the crew from here. There's cast is from here. The locations, it would be perfect. And so, yes, the answer was yes. Let's do that. And so that's just one of the big films that we'll be having at the Hamilton Film Festival that was shot right here. We have a whole night of just Hamilton shorts. So everywhere from emerging to seasoned filmmakers, there'll be a mixture of Hamilton short films. Throughout the festival, there'll be various films kind of scattered about. And on the website, as you scroll down the schedule, there's a little sticker that says Filmed in Hamilton. So every program that has a movie that was shot here will actually say Filmed in Hamilton. So you can go through, and even though a filmmaker may have been Toronto, they've selected Hamilton as their place to film their movie. And we think that's fantastic. Our opening night film is a film called First Round Down. That was also proudly filmed in Hamilton. Toronto-based filmmakers, they are Hamilton Film Festival alumni, and the movie also features the Hamilton Steelhawks, so we've been told that opening night is going to be a bit of a party. So we're going to try to keep the hockey brawls to a minimum, but we think it's going to be a great time. And I believe that the producer is here over there, if anyone wants to speak to her about that, and as to why people are choosing Hamilton as a place to film. In the I didn't even read any of that. This is top of my head stuff. We are going to be showing at least 100 Canadian films at the Hamilton Film Festival. Yep. And not because we pushed the others aside, but the majority of our submissions came from Canadian filmmakers. So they're hearing about us, and they're considering the Hamilton Film Festival as a required stop on their festival run. Now, one of the things to understand is that when you're making a film, it goes beyond just taking it and uploading it to YouTube or Vimeo or something. There's a strategy that goes behind it. And film festivals are the first part of that strategy. You get film festivals, you collect laurels, awards, and you get recognition that way. That will affect your sales down the road when you go to a broadcaster and they see that you've been in all these festivals and all these people must like it, and it will make a difference down the road. So we are now becoming this required stop on the film festival circuit for films to get into so that they can have this recognition and put their laurels on their posters and on their DVD boxes and on their VOD images. And we've seen the Hamilton Film Festival laurels all over the place now, so we know what we're doing is actually working. So that's a great thing. One of the things that the Hamilton Film Festival does is we have some local initiatives that we do year-round. In the past, a lot of filmmakers coming into the city have contacted the festival directly. They want to know who's the best makeup person, where can I rent a bathtub, where can I film in a dark warehouse, and they've come to me for that information. So we set up something called Lights, Camera, Hamilton. This actually started at Cable 14, a local cable access show, and it was a weekly segment. We talked about the film industry. And it grew from there. So we now have a Facebook group page of 800 people, and it's for the connection and promotion and use of our local cast and crew. And all the time, every day we go on there, there's people posting job opportunities for any aspects of casting crew, but it's specifically for the city of Hamilton, because this is the industry that we want to build. I'm a filmmaker myself. I don't want to have to go anywhere else when I make movies. I just want to wake up, go make a movie, and then go home the same day, all in the same city. And I also want to be able to sell stuff here as well. So this is, as a filmmaker, to me, if I was on the outside, I'd be like, this is great. This is exactly what I need to kind of stay here in the city. So we're recognizing that and helping to build that. So Lights Camera Hamilton is a year-round initiative that we will be publishing a guide that will have a list of all the cast and crew that submit to this, and that will be released at the Canadian Film Market. Any questions? I could go on. Everybody's good?
Schedule available online?
Yes, at 12 o'clock I was in the office there, and I released the schedule online, so you'll be able to go there to see the schedule, the passes that we have. We have all access passes, we have industry development passes, we also have just general admission tickets. Our venues are the Staircase Theatre, the Elaine May Theatre right next to the Staircase Theatre, the Zoetic, which is a beautiful 300-seater on Concession Street. We have a small venue in the East End. We're really proud to be in the East End. It's called The Cafe. So it's a cafe by day and a documentary film place by night. So we're going to have what we call a doc and talk there. So you watch a documentary and have a coffee and have some conversation. The Sheraton Hamilton Hotel is our other venue. And the Factory Media Center on James Street North. I was a board member there, and they're not-for-profit film organization. We got access to the TV show For Better or For Worse. We got access to boxes of their animated film cells. So we're going to do a workshop for kids where they can go and animate a few seconds of the TV show. The cells were gifted to Steve Parton of the Avalon Music Academy. He was one of the original composers of the show, and he got this box of cells from Lynn Johnson, and he's had them and wanted to do something, so he asked me if we could use them at the film festival, so we decided to set up a workshop. So there's something for kids, we have family movies, and we have the dark and bizarre midnight horror screening. So there's something for everybody at the Hamilton Film Festival this year. Vote for me. And Simon back there. Yeah, if anyone wants to see any of the sets, Simon there will take you along for a tour. If there are any filmmakers here, maybe raise your hand, and some of the people that are from the press might be interested in speaking with you about some of what it is that you have and taking some photographs. I really do want to thank you very much for coming today, and I really hope that you all, at some point, take a chance between November 5th and 13th to come out and see some of the great material that we will be screening. Thank you.